Hi, you guys. It's me. I hope everyone's well. Happy Monday. Oh, here I am again with the crazy computer screen glasses. Here, I'll do this. That's a little bit better. No, it's really not better. I'll do this. I have to remember not to put my glasses on when I do this at night because it gets all wonky like that. So if I go like this, it's because I can't see. Anyway, I hope that you guys are well. I had an interesting weekend. My dad and stepmom came up to spend some time with us, and that's always an interesting dynamic for me, and one that I anticipate, like I know what it's going to bring up for me, yet still, I find myself often not taking care of myself while they're here, and doing things that I know don't fuel my soul and don't make me feel good, which is really interesting. And it was something that I really, I have to look at it. I have to look at it and be like, okay, this is teaching me something. This is telling me something. And I also have to look at it and say, it's okay, and I have to be gentle. And that plus a quote that I'm about to read you has really been what's been coming up for me to share with you guys. And that's this idea of knowing ourselves, knowing who we are, knowing what we want, what we don't want, knowing how things make us feel, right? Those are all really, really important things. And something we talk about a lot when we talk about mindfulness, and when we talk about paying attention, and when we talk about, our level of consciousness when we're making choices, and understanding why we react in certain ways, right? Like that's all about knowing who we are. And if we pay attention, we learn things about ourselves. And I think that's super, super important. But I was reading this morning The Gifts of Imperfection by Brené Brown. I've read it, I've listened to it, and I'm reading it again because over in the Inner Voice Academy, it's our book of the month, and we're doing a little book club on it at the end of the month. And so I'm really excited about that. So I'm reading it through again, and like all good books, I find new things. And there was this quote that just stood out to me. I'm going to read it to you guys. It says, "How much we know and understand about ourselves is critically important, but there is something that is even more essential to living a wholehearted life: loving ourselves." Whew, that was a biggie. It's so huge, you guys, because I think that we spend a lot of time on the knowing, and we practice that. Right? A lot of the things that I teach, and a lot of the things that I practice, and a lot of the things that I talk about are all practices that help us know who we are better. It helps us connect with our inner voice more. That's something else that we need to know. We need to know what it sounds like. We need to know how to listen to it, right? All of these knowing things. But what is even more essential is loving ourselves. Loving ourselves through like the shit days. And let's just be honest, like that's what my weekend was like. It just was. And I gotta love myself through that. Beating myself up, shaming myself, making myself believe something that is not true. That's not how I live a life that is wholehearted. That's not how I live a life that I want to share with my kids or my husband or you or my friends or my family, right? It's about being gentle, and it's about understanding that love will win every single time. And it will win when we love others, and it will win when we love ourselves. And I think that loving ourselves part is not something that we do easily, because we want to love ourselves with conditions. Well, when I weigh this much, then I'm going to fully love myself. When I am in control of myself all the time, when I'm doing everything at my highest level, then that's when I'm going to be able to really say, yeah, I nailed it. And then I can love myself. No, that's not what it's about. It's about loving ourselves where we are. It's about loving ourselves in the here and now. And it's about loving the parts of us that are not that lovable, quite frankly, because that is what true love is, right? True love is loving all the parts of someone. You don't just pick, right? You get the whole package. And when we start loving our whole package, all of who we are, then that also allows us to love other people in their whole package. And the knowing becomes part of the loving, right? It's not separate, really. It's really kind of the same thing. As we know ourselves more, we can choose to love ourselves more. But that is a choice, right? It's not inevitable. But I think the opposite is true. As we love ourselves more, we know ourselves more. And that is inevitable. That is absolutely going to happen, right? So it's not really a two-way street. The knowing will not get us to the loving. But the loving will absolutely get us to the knowing. And so when we start with that, then that is where we become really powerful in understanding what we need, in being able to forgive ourselves, in being able to be gentle with ourselves, in being able to, say, we messed up. I messed up. And that wasn't pretty, yet I'm still worthy now. I'm still worthy of love. I'm still worthy of living the life that I want to live, And I think that becomes very powerful. So leading with the love, then going into the knowing ourselves. And, one of the things that we've been talking about over in the Inner Voice Academy this month is, the topic is overcoming perfectionism. And that's this idea that, we get stuck in our head and we're smart. Like everyone here in the Worthy Collective and the people that are part of my community, I know you guys, you're smart women. You are driven. You get it. And yet there are days you're like, I'm so smart. Why can't I figure this out? And this is the thing. That's because smart people, intellectual people, we try to figure things out with our head. We try to do the knowing first. And when we bypass the loving for the knowing, it doesn't gel. So we have to go through the heart first. We have to let the head stay out of it and say, shut up, head. I'll figure it out. Just be patient and let the heart lead. And when we lead with that love, when we lead with loving ourselves, the knowing, I think, I know it becomes easier. It becomes more clear. We understand it. And we know and love and know and love and love and know and love and know. Right? Do you see how that works? So I just wanted to share that with you guys because I think that it's really important. And we have Audrey, Joe, and Mary. I don't know if you guys are still here. If you are, thanks for joining tonight. I really appreciate you. And all of you who are watching on the replay, these are the kind of discussions. This is what we're talking about over in the Inner Voice Academy. We're doing several practices a week together. Tomorrow we're having our first online classroom session, which I'm super excited about, where we're going to be doing a deep dive into perfectionism and how to overcome that. And it's been really powerful work already. Already people are seeing results. And I wanted to clear up some confusion and let you guys know that you can join the Academy at any time. So everything that we're doing is like circular, right? So even if you join in the middle of the month, you can pop right in that moment and you can start and you can go back and you can do the practices from before, but you don't even have to. It's always like going to be moving, and it will meet you right where you are, no matter where you are and no matter when you join. And I love that about it. And that's why I created it to be that way. And if you come in a little bit after we start on a topic, you always have full access to all of that stuff. And every topic that we've done before then, although this is the first month, so there's just one topic right now. But next month, you would have access to this month's topic if that's what you want to spend your time on. So I just wanted to encourage you guys to check it out. The link is kellycovert.com/academy. And it's only $37 a month. Like seriously, $37. That's, I calculated it, it's $1.23 a day. $1.23 a day to really invest in getting to know your inner voice and getting to love you. I should have said it the other way around. Getting to love you and getting to know your inner voice and working on things like overcoming perfectionism and creating joy in your life and working towards a goal in a healthy, loving way, as opposed to sort of this like chronic overachieving, I have to get it all done and it has to be perfect kind of way. And so those are the things that we're diving into. So I'd love for you guys to take a look and let me know if you have questions. But most importantly, I want you to leave tonight knowing that you are love and that you are worthy of your own love. And that when you start with love, the knowing will come. And I truly believe that. So thanks you guys for popping in tonight. And if you're watching on the replay, feel free to leave questions or comments. And I'll post the link to the Academy in the comments. So much love to you guys. We'll talk soon. Bye.